Motherfuckers, I hope y'all staying blazed, hope y'all staying blessed, hope y'all staying safe in these crazy motherfucking times. That all being said, why don't y'all join me for another amazing ride on Libs of TikTok. Y'all already know what it is. Ooh, listen to that crack, bro. Man, documenting the leftists on TikTok. All videos belong to their respective owners. DM submissions, check out my other account. New York is shitty. Well, we all know it's shitty. Tell us something we don't know. Let's rock with this one.
They receive any sort of criticism from women of color. White women crying when they receive any sort of criticism from women of color is fucking racist. Because white women will sit there and use their tears as weapons against women of color to absolve themselves from any sort of guilt, but also to silence women of color. And this white damsel in distress narrative is not only racist, but it is also lethal.
Whoa. White damsel in distress narrative. You know we're going to have to run this back a one time. I hit him with the one time. You know what I mean? Not that we want to hear her stupidity shit run again, but let's really let her get her let's let her get her point across, you know.
White women crying when they receive any sort of criticism from women of color is fucking racist. Because white women.
But what if your criticism isn't fair? What if it's really just being hurtful? And why does it got to be a white damsel in distress narrative? You know what I mean? And I mean, I understand that everything's racist. It's 2021. Everything is racist. Everything. The way your car is parked makes you racist. The way you look at trees makes you racist. The way you smoke pot makes you racist. The way you smoke meth definitely makes you racist. The way one cracks a can of Pepsi or Coca-Cola makes them racist. Tell me I'm lying. You know what I mean?
Sit there and use their tears as weapons against women of color to absolve themselves from any sort of guilt, but also to silence women of color. And this white damsel in distress narrative is not only racist, but it is also lethal. Women crying.
It's lethal? As like,
racist.
Just like when they say, when a white person gets stopped by a cop, they're not automatically scared because it might not be a lethal stop. That kind of lethal. Now, this is the stuff I find comical, because in what realm, you know what I mean? In what realm do these people live in? What universe do they live in? That the way a white woman cries at criticism from a woman of color makes their tears all racist. You can't make this shit up.
But it is also lethal. White women tears only helps uphold white supremacy. White women crying when they receive any sort of criticism.
White women tears upholds white supremacy. So that means every time a white woman cries, because that's what she said in the very end, she did not specify tears of criticism. She did not specify tears of woe. She said any tear, any tearing up, any cries. You can't make up this shit, fam. I mean, I'm sure there's somebody out there that could. Like, let's not downplay what people are capable of. You know what I mean? But this shit is wild. Like, this is purely virtue signaling at its finest, because that's what they're good at. That's what libs are good at, bro. That's what they're good at. I don't give a damn. That's what they're good at. We gonna keep running it back and forth real quick. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to get no copyright strikes, nothing like that. I'm just not trying to be the face on the screen, because I don't really think I need to be the viewpoint here, because all I am is striking back my opinion, clapping back, baby. Now, let's let this big-ass truck pass right real. Now, let's listen to this lady. I was just reminded of this one.
Because at any moment, you could decide.
Here we go. White women are the biggest danger to a POC. Really?
So, pardon, this is like the first TikTok I saw this morning. White women, you need to hear this.
Let this truck pass too.
I had a friend who felt comfortable enough around me to explain, and I'm very.
A friend is a woman of color who decides I was able to be taught
She was like, Sierra, when you come to my house and you're the only white person in the room, you are still a threat. Because at any moment, you could decide that you are uncomfortable with anything going on. You could call the police, and all of us would either end up jailed or killed by the police.
Whoa, she's fucking insane. We gotta run that back. That's pure insanity. This is some of the craziest shit I've ever heard. What?
You could call the police, and all of us would either end up jailed or killed by the police.
Whoa. This shit is so far gone on my mama's mama. Holy fuck. She said if she just felt uncomfortable, that the police would come up in there, handcuffs cuffing, pistols a popping, and everybody except the white girl would be dead or jailed. That is some of the most out there shit I have ever heard in my life. You are fucking reaching, bro. The fact that she said in the corner, my homegirl, she thought I was able to be taught. Like, are you nuts? You understand how stupid you sound? Somebody was you were able to be taught that being a white woman makes you a threat. You know how stupid you sound? Now, I'm not saying that white women have not overplayed some of the cards they have been given when it comes to a police narrative. Let's just keep it a buck all day, every day, right? Let's keep it a buck all day, every day. And that's cool with me. I'm not gonna knock you if that's what you want to, if this is the narrative you want to run with, but I do think you're batshit crazy. I do think there are plenty of cases of white women saying that this man did this black man did this, and they didn't. And that black man has served. There's plenty of cases that about like when I'm specifically talking about like a rape case at this point. But to say that if you showed up at a friend's house and you were the only white person there and you felt uncomfortable and you decided to call the cops for no apparent reason, that when the cops show up for no apparent reason, because they're just going to show up for no reason, when they show up for no reason, they're going to either jail everybody except you, or they're going to shoot everybody except you. That is one of the wildest narratives I've ever heard in my life.
And your fellow white people. She's like, we learn about Emmett Till from our moms who were kids when that happened, because a white woman's tears kills people. So as uncomfortable as you ever feel in conversations about race and racism, you are literally a deadly presence, and you need to recognize that in order to be an ally.
That right there, to be an ally. To be an ally, you have to recognize that a white woman's tears are the biggest threat to a person of color. Now, I'm not saying what happened to Emmett Till was okay in the least, because it wasn't. It was fucked up. But they're not the only ones that are taught about that. Heard about that in middle school. So, to play a narrative that is literally virtue signaling, extremely racist, because that's what it is. You're saying that it's kind of backwards racism, but to me that's what it is. You're being racist because you're white. You get this, or this, or this. That's not true. That's just not true. I've been stopped by the police plenty of times with black people and Hispanic people, and we all get joked out the motherfucking car the same. Cops ain't treat nobody different. The fuck? And it didn't matter if we was crying or not. The fuck? This shit is insane to me just to hear someone say that type of stupidity, bro.
Cis people see me and they're like, oh, I find it quite funny when cis people see me and they're like, oh, I'm so sorry if this offends you, but like, I just can't tell if you're a boy or a girl. Like, no, baby, that doesn't offend me. That's by design. It's not offensive. It's on purpose. I dress and express myself with a specific intent of confusing cis people. And it works. And it feeds my ego and it gives me gender euphoria. Thank you. Have a nice day.
So this young fella. I know you a dude because you got a mustache, bro. Come on now. You trying to confuse people? Homie, you the one that's confused. The only people that have ever came up to you and stroked your ego are ones that you probably interacted with first. Other than that, that shit never happened. Nobody ever came up to you and was like, I don't mean to offend you. That shit did not happen, bro. You a fucking liar. TikTok full of motherfucking virtue signaling liars, bro. Liars. What's the liberals one go? Documenting the worst of the internet. Ooh. Yeah, no, I think we'll go to that. We'll chuck that one out another time. Hold up. Ooh, here we go. Librarian drag queen. I talked about this in the podcast before. They did this in Minnesota and shit. They did it in Minnesota, and there was a lot of families that were actually really upset by it because they didn't know it was actually presented as a story hour, not a drag queen story hour. You know what I mean? And that when there was videos of parents and grandparents and shit walking away. There was at least 3 or 4 articles written about that shit locally. I think at least one nationally. Shit was wild, bro. So this ain't even nothing new. The fact that they videotaping it now might be a little bit different, but that's about it. But a library gonna pander? Is there a virtue signal? Nah, I'm not. That's not shocking nobody. Nah, bro. Huh?
Trans people are bad because they mutilate their body.
What?
Trans people are bad because they mutilate their bodies. Well, off to circumcise my child for the good Lord Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's Hunter Avalon's funky ass, and I knew that voice. I knew that wasn't Homeboy's voice, or Homegirl, or whatever the fuck that person is. Nah, bro. You can try to say they're the same, but they're not. I'm not even gonna get into that kind of an argument because that's straight disingenuous bad faith acting is exactly what that shit is, to be like, oh yeah, conservatives say that trans people mutilate their bodies and then we decide to go get our kids circumcised. Most of the people I know that are conservatives, kids didn't get circumcised. They had their own reasonings behind that. But as a parent, you make a decision that you think is best for your child and for your family, this, that, the other. So if that means snipping off the foreskin that you seem to have an issue with, then you can go to a fucking protest or whatever and feel better about yourself, whatever. But see, this is the kind of shit that I've talked about Hunter Avalon doing before. To me, that's just virtue signaling, bro. You made a bunch of pop shots a couple years ago and you've been doing nothing but apologizing and kissing ass ever since. But to try to add the two together, nah, bro. What is this? Hammy came out the closet as straight. Yeah, see, I'm just, no, that's some weirdo shit.
Cops are bad. Here is why you can still support ACAB without thinking.
It doesn't mean all cops are bad. It means all cops are bastards. Don't get the shit twisted, lady. That's what it means. It doesn't mean all cops are bad. It means all cops are bastards. Stop trying to conflate the two, because that's what it's doing.
If you or someone you know doesn't support ACAB because they don't think that all cops are bad, here is why you can still support ACAB without thinking that all cops are bad people. ACAB doesn't mean all cops are bad. It stands for all cops are bastards. If you're not familiar with the term, it was mostly used to refer to something called a bastard baby, which was somebody who was born out of wedlock, somebody born from 2 people who weren't married. When the term bastard baby was popular, having a baby when you're not married was considered bad. That doesn't mean that the baby is a bad person. It means that the baby is a product of something that was considered bad. So calling someone a bastard doesn't mean that you're calling them a bad person. It means that you are saying that they are a byproduct of something that is bad. A cop is not...
Okay, she can try to sugarcoat it all that she would like, but calling someone a bastard is not calling them a byproduct of something that was considered bad. When I call someone a bastard, I'm calling you a bastard. I mean it to be insulting. I don't mean it to be, unless you're my homie, then it's in jest. But if I don't like your ass and I call you a bastard, generally meaning to be an asshole. And considered bad, people still talk about having children out of wedlock because it really doesn't help the child, because a lot of those relationships just don't stand the test of time. But again, this person really wouldn't, probably argue for that stance. Let's just be honest. But to try to say that all cops are bad or all cops are bastards because whatever, you're running with a narrative because you've probably only had I guarantee she's only ever had a few police interactions, if any. And they probably went her way. I'm just going to be honest. She probably acts out hella if she's in camera in a group. But if she's solo dolo, she's probably extremely respectful to the cops. Let's just keep it a buck. I'm not even going to finish that because I really don't care, man. She would have a thriving career in journalism. I don't believe she really would, bro. I just don't believe she would.
Soldier! She make Draco! Alright! Soldier! She make it clap! 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 She make it clap! Alright! Clap! Draco! Yeah! Soldier! She make it clap! 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 She make it clap!
Some of these are funny, bro. Other names for white people, palm-colored ones, paperback. People of colonial complexion, people of no color, Pillsbury Doughboy. But hold on. You really can't call them Pillsbury Doughboy because that's kind of reserved for chunky people. Let's be honest. They must be real mad, man. It's okay. They can be mad, bro. Feta cheese, folks. Flavorless oatmeal. Flavorless Twinkies. Except Twinkies have flavor. Some of the shit they come up with is hilarious. People of TikTok, you can't be racist towards white people. It's amazing to think that that's... people actually believe that shit. What?
I am a former fetus. Hi, my name is Tiffany, and I am a former fetus. On behalf of all fetuses, I would just like to say, please abort us. We don't want to be here.
Whoa. I think on that one, we're going to end that shit because that's kind of crazy, bro. I don't think I want her speaking for me, dog. I don't know about you, but I don't know if I want her speaking for me. I'm going to keep it 100 always, bro. No, I don't think I want her speaking for me. I'm going to keep it a buck. That being said, bro, fuck that. I hope it was another exciting episode of Libs on TikTok. Some of the craziest shit just in the beginning. I don't want to keep it going, for a stupid long episode. I normally try to keep it under 10 minutes. I just realized it was like 17 minutes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the commentary and the clapbacks. I'm here every day. So, you already know what it is. Stay blessed, stay safe. Peace.